Going to give this live some time to start and I guess finish it. Okay, this should be better. Maybe I have it the wrong way. Let me clip it this way. Okay. Move over. I just want my plants. Okay. My head look big, don't it? Mm, if I have to start talking to myself, to get people to join in, I will. I'm good for it. Nice and refreshing. Do, do, do. Okay, I'm gonna give 2 additional minutes. Right now, I want to start this live, this meeting off with a question. Just a little kickoff, a little icebreaker to set the tone for this meeting. And then I'll introduce myself and get into all of that. So let me see if I can do the Q&A. How do you do it? I don't know. Why can't I leave something in the comments? I don't get it. Is this live? I'm gonna just double check. Where? I left it outside. Dang it. Dang it. How do I leave? I don't even know. I'm not sitting on it. Like, how do I leave my tablet? Like, that's crazy. I just had it. No. How the freak? Is this somewhere? That's so crazy. Like, I literally just had it. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to get started in a minute. I don't know why it doesn't let me put anything in the chat. Like I can't, and now I don't have my tablet, which is crazy because I had it. I don't know what happened. Hi, hi, Angel Army F4Y. Hey, hey guys. Hey, thank you so much for coming in. I guess now is the perfect time to get started. Oh my gosh, we're gonna hide you. Um, but yeah, so as you can see, this is a live stream meeting for NSLS, which is the National Society of Leadership and Success. I am currently in my induction process, and this is the last step. And I don't know what will make me think to go live to host my last meeting. I was like, that's a bit bold for me, huh? I was doing too much. I don't know what the freak I was thinking about. But we're gonna wing it today, okay? I will be using some key cards, some notes, just to make sure that I stick to the rhythm of this particular meeting. I want everyone to drop in the chat what is one word that would describe the leader you would like to become. One word. Or are becoming. I want to know. Can somebody leave that in the chat, please? One word to describe the type of leader you would like to become, you would like to be, or the leader you are. Hello, hello. I'm sorry, I don't understand. You said a sign. Hi. Yeah, a mother. Okay. Yeah, so for me, the type of leader that I feel like I am, and that I want to, I guess, refined is, someone who is assertive, someone who is impactful, someone who is strong willed, and who don't play any games. That's the type of leader I want to be. So if I had to pick one word out of all of that, the leader would be impactful. Um, and that's why I titled this Leader Amongst Leaders, because truth be told, if I had to pick one word, it would be leader. I would like to be a leader amongst leaders. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's just because I believe in being a motivated motivator. I believe that, we can give and receive. You know what I mean? Like I can take from the next leader equally what they pour into me, and I can pour into them equally what they take from me. So yeah, thank you guys. So I want to know, hi, guys. I'm gonna see if anybody answered a question. My name is Michael, and I'm watching in Rocky Point, North Carolina. Hey, Michael. You said let's speak Russian. Okay, so you're Russian. Okay, it's not clear. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Maybe the subtitles. And thank you for the likes, guys. Thank you. I have 2 likes currently. Thank you. So I want to know what one word that you would use to describe the type of, thank you for the likes, that you would describe the type of leader you want to be, you seek to be, you are. That's what I need to hear. Thank you for the likes. You guys are showing out. You said you are 28 years old, single. I don't know why it looks like it's flipping. I don't know. That's crazy. But yeah. So let me get into some key talking points. Okay. Um, we're decent on time. So I want to start off with, my welcome, my introduction. Once again, the reason why I'm doing this is because this is my last step to my induction as a prestigious member, not just any member, but a prestigious member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. And I am so astonished, so grateful, so honored to have been invited and considered for, this amazing opportunity and membership. For me, it's a way to expand my both my personal and my professional life, for myself and anyone around me. So, which is one of the reasons why my crazy behind decided to have my last SNT meeting live on my YouTube channel, because it's a part of me. I am sharing my academic journey. I am currently in school, enrolled in project management. So hence the NSLS. But yeah, I am, currently just trying to do what I need to do between school, work, being a mother, and just family, balancing all that out and having a dating life. So yeah, I wanted to bring, the ups and downs, the wins that I have been accomplishing. I like sharing those things because I'm older. I will be 38 next week. Yes, I'm turning 38 next week. So I'm late in the game earning this college degree. And I really like to, put a realistic view as to what's going on, how this road has been for me, and surprisingly, it has been extremely rewarding so far. Like it's so amazing what God has been doing for me. So, yes. So, anywho, let's see. All right. So, this meeting is open to anybody who is a current NSLS member, a future member, or someone who is just serious about strengthening their leadership goals. Um, Okay, and I'm gonna have to pause on the interaction. I really do appreciate it. I wish I could have a Q&A. I don't know where that option is at. I don't know what happened to it, but um, Right now, the question is if you had to describe one word or use one word to describe the type of leader you would like to be, I would like to know that word. Okay. Okay. All right. So moving along a little bit about NSLS and the SNT purpose. Okay. So let's talk NSLS for a minute. The National Society of Leadership and Success is all about helping people grow within both your professional and personal lives through accountability, community, and real action. SNT meetings or success networking team meetings are a huge part of what we have been accomplishing so far in our first two meetings. For those of you who have been a part of my first two meetings and or have done prior SNT meetings, you know how this go. So yeah, so we're coming in to check in to support one another and to build on, the goals that we have accomplished in the past 2 weeks and or two meetings and the goals that we set to accomplish moving forward. So I just want to, before I get into this, um, let me see if there's anything. Okay, who this person? You gotta go. Bye bye now. Okay. All right. I'm still sorry. I'm just checking in the chat, see if I missed anything. Hi, Luna. Hi. I'm watching from Korea. See y'all. Oh my gosh. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, and I seen India and Russia, Saudi Arabia. Okay. A lot of you guys came up in the chat all over the world. That is amazing. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. So I want to break this down. Within the S&T meetings, we are required to focus on a SMART goal. And a SMART goal is broken down like it's broken down. It's a formula to SMART goals. And I want to share those SMART goals. And then I want to go over the SMART goals that I had, at the start of my induction and where I stand today with my SMART goals. And hopefully, this introduces an opportunity that will allow you guys to think about what could be a SMART goal for you. Okay, so I just want to make sure I got the right. Mhm. Okay, so I'm going to go to the actual S&T site for a bit to backtrack so I can read off their breakdown. Okay, so with the SMART goal, it's a SMART method where it's an intentional goal that you set forth. So it can be um, one SMART goal would be, I would like to obtain my college degree by the age of 50. Just saying, whatever it is, there's intention behind it. It's an actionable goal, and there's a reward at the end with a time limit attached. So I'm going to break that down for you. So when you start with your SMART goal, it has to be specific. You want to avoid generalities. Your goal should have specific details so that you know what you are achieving. You also want to make sure that it is measurable, and that's what the M in SMART stands for. So we have specific. You just want to be, very intentional about the goal that you are selecting, and you have certain criteria establishing your progress towards the goal. So checking in, like, how are you? Like for me, within this whole entire induction process, you set um certain options. So like, what was it? Meetings held are actions that I had made for my SMART goal. to where I am documenting the meetings, I'm showing up for the meetings, and I'm participating in a meeting. Those are measurable events within a SMART goal. And it relates to actionable, which is the A in SMART. You can clearly identify action steps towards those goals or that goal. So for me, let me start off with my specific SMART goal. Let me backtrack a little bit. So, my specific SMART goal is I will organize and facilitate a series of 3 SNT meetings. Each meeting on team, each meeting focused on team development, leadership, and progress towards our shared leadership goals, leading up to my NSLS induction before my 38th birthday. Now, the reason why that is so important is I already told you guys my 38th birthday is next week. So, to become a member by the time I am 38 years old, that's a straightforward, smart goal. There's a specific cause, my induction. That's just the whole purpose of me creating these meetings is because of my induction. These are the steps that I need that are required to properly accept the invitation of a prestigious NSLS member. Okay. So yeah, measurable success will be measured by having all 3 meetings scheduled, held, and documented with attendance from all team members and others on behalf of reflections and participations, and completing it after each session. So I have to do a report after each session, which however the meeting goes, I document the outcome of that meeting and submit it through my NSLS SNT's, I guess, portal. Okay, so actionable. So the action that I have for this goal is the goal is going to be realistic for me. Because the meetings are only once per week, I've already have the structured agenda prepared and the team has agreed to participate. Okay. So this was prior to me deciding that I was going to go ahead and have my last meeting hosted live stream on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I did alter it after first meeting. Was it the first or second meeting? I think after the second meeting, I altered it and decided, like, you know what? It would be great to document this. And, because when I was looking online for, information on SNTs, it wasn't really given. Like everything was old, outdated, you know what I mean? So of course, as always, the reason why I do things, especially here on my channel, is because I searched for it and I haven't found it or, anything recently and relevant. Because, when things are outdated 2, 3 years old, things change, policy changes over time. So I want to make sure that I get as good of a feel as to what to expect, and or just, get an idea of options that I can explore when it comes to certain things. So if you coming across this and you've been invited as an NSLS member and you are like just looking for information, I don't know what should I do in my SNTs, how this should go. Would this be considered, participation? Yes, participation included with this meeting, okay? So even your engagement, I encourage you to engage in the comments as you continue to watch this video, and I ask certain, questions that allows opportunity for engagement. Drop it down below. Okay, so yes, that's the actionable portion of our SMART goals. And for the R would be rewarding. So for me, completing all 3 meetings will strengthen my facilitation skills. It will build my confidence in leading group sessions or discussions, which I already do at work. But this is a little different because I'm more mainstream and public, but I'm used to it at work. But it's easier because you know them at work. You know what I mean? Um, but transitioning, like what you're doing. This is all still very new. So yeah. Okay, so leading group discussions and create a more engaged and collaborative team environment. I've already seen that. Oh, now they want to pop the question. Okay, okay. Finally, I've been wanting to ask a question. Describe. Would it let me write that? Describe one word. Uh, describe. Where am I at? One word. Come on. I don't know why I keep hitting these typos. Okay. Let me not capitalize that. One. Why I keep saying describe? Use one word. Okay. To describe the type, kind of leader you want to be. Okay, it won't let me put E, but we gonna do it for the sake of. I can't stand when this thing is there because it's always like right in front of my face, and when I play the videos back, like I don't see it right in front of my face, but it feels like it's right in front of my face because it's like that during the chat. So I'm just gonna keep it up just for a few as I go over this. I don't know if you can see me or not. Okay. So once again, with rewarding, your goal has to be rewarding. It has to be something that you will get, receive, accomplish, feel, gain at the end of accomplishing that goal. It can't just be a dead end, like my goal is to color two pages today. Now I can't really use that because coloring is therapeutic, but I don't know what would be something, just doing things with no cause, no reward. You know what I mean? This is more intentional. Like the reason why I'm doing this before my birthday is because one, it allows me, membership into NSLS Honor Society. Two, it's an accomplishment that for me personally, I never thought that this opportunity would ever occur to me. Like for years, I used to always think, oh, wow, it would have been nice to graduate with honors or go to college and be in an honor society and to see God work those desires in my heart in real time. That is extremely rewarding. Um, yes. And also to accomplish this goal by my birthday, it's like a birthday gift to myself. And yes, I'm a nerd. So doing things like this is definitely a gift for myself. So that's another reward. So this goal of setting these weekly meetings in order to earn my induction by my 38th birthday is very intentional, very rewarding, actionable and measurable, and very specific. Okay. And speaking of specific, we're going to talk time specific in our SMART, the T, time specific. All three meetings will be scheduled and completed within a 3-week period. Since my birthday is April 7th, 2026, I would like all 3 weekly S&T meetings completed by April 5th, 2026. The greatest thing about that is I gave myself time to take a break. I added an extra window instead of saying I would like to have this goal completed by March 29th. I gave myself an additional week. I would like to have this goal completed by April 5th. Why did I say April 5th? Did I think of it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Wait, because I'm like, when's my birthday? I don't even know what day my birthday is on. Okay, Tuesday. I don't know why I was thinking Wednesday. So I'm like, that doesn't sound right. If it's the 5th, then yeah, okay, I guess. But oh yay, we have some SNT members in the house. Okay, I love this. I'm gonna get to you, Roots Soul Productions. I'm gonna get to you because OMG, I love that you're here. Okay, but yes, so all of these things, it's just a goal that I'm completing right now. Literally, I'm accomplishing this goal right now. I'm one step away. Once I'm done with this, and I between today and tomorrow, but I'm gonna do it today. I told myself I'm gonna do it today, and that's my goal. Clock that for today. Not let myself just sit on submitting the report. You know what I mean? I want to get this report out today because my chapter, they are very quick with reviewing, my submissions and providing their feedback. So, I mean, even on the weekend, like I did not expect it. Like when I first when I first paid my membership fee, one time only, by the way, $95 plus tax. But when I paid my membership fee, the day I paid it, I gave myself like 24 hours and decided to just knock everything out as much as I could up into the SNT meetings all in one sitting. I was on my balcony, I was sipping my wine, and I was going through the videos. I was listening, I was doing what I needed. It was like an all day thing, but it was definitely worth it. Because I just knew, like, I wanted it. I wanted it. This is a goal of mine. I wanted it. I wanted to accomplish it. I needed to do it. Okay. So yeah, it's very rewarding. It's an honor to be honored. You know what I mean? Like if you somebody in my shoes and you work hard, go hard for so many people everywhere. And a lot of times people just I literally just said this to my sister earlier because it's so annoying that a lot of times people just assume because you do that you will. Like they'll volunteer you before they volunteer themselves. You know what I mean? So you get volunteered but not necessarily recognized or rewarded for the hard work that you put in. So it's very nice to be honored for the hard work that I'm putting in, and not just in this area, like in multiple areas of my life. Now your girl is not perfect, and you know how I feel about that. For those of you who've been here before, I don't like that. If you look cute or you got this going on, that means you must got it going on. No, we don't have it going on. That's what we're working towards. And that's what I feel like, the National Society of Leadership and Success, Honor Society, will do for me. I'm very ambitious, so it's perfect. It makes sense. And yeah, that's why we're here. So I'm going to get rid of, you know what? This thing it wasn't even there. Okay. Do you guys see the question now? Okay. I'm gonna start with Root Soul Productions. I joined the SNT, but our schedules were not aligning. I set a short-term goal of obtaining a new job. Okay, that's a really good job. Setting that goal. I committed to applying to 3 to 5 roles per week. Excellent, and aim for one interview a week. I got my new job Friday. Shout outs to you. God is good. Good job. Like, I love that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's already, allowing us to hold ourselves accountable and do what we need to do to accomplish a very rewarding goal. Not only is this goal of yours like rewarding in a sense of accomplishment, but in a sense of income, in a sense of like doing something that you've earned. You know what I mean? I love that for you, and I'm glad that you set a realistic specific goal that you work towards. I want to know how many meetings did you do? How, like, what meeting is this? Would you consider this your second meeting, third meeting? But I'm very, very proud of you. And thank you so much for showing love and sharing and participating. We need that. Okay. So we're going to get that credit today. Period. Yes. Okay. So let me move on and thank you for the likes. Oh, this is just your second meeting. Okay, cool. I was actually thinking of extending it, after my induction. I was thinking about like, setting a new goal and do a new like 3 week at a time of a month. So I don't know, it's something I'll think about depending on how this video goes, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Tune in, find out if it's worth it because your girl is busy, okay? Very busy. Alrighty. So, in addition to, um, let me see. Now I think I'm ready to jump into my second meeting and the report. I'm in my reports right now that I've submitted that were approved. Um, so yeah. So now, after the second meeting, my report changed because my goal shifted just slightly. Thank you for the like. And you're welcome too, by the way, Root Soul Productions. But yeah, so my goal, I learned in the second meeting that, I think I want to make my third meeting a live stream because of the reasons I mentioned earlier. I couldn't find anything. Hey, legend, welcome. One word to describe the kind of leader you want to be. Let me see. Let me see it in the chat, please. But yeah, like it shifted because I wanted to share this, with my subscribers, my unpopular crew. Like we've been rocking it. They've been watching me evolve some since day one, and I've been sharing, my academic journey, and I just felt necessarily to involve, my community that I know supports me, and here on my YouTube channel definitely supports me. You said effective, period. Okay. But also because when I was first doing my research about SNT meetings, I didn't see anything recent. I'm a YouTuber girl, so like I like to YouTube things, like for certain informational purposes. I want to see like the feel. Like if I'm traveling somewhere, I would watch probably 15 to 20 travel vlogs to that country or whatever, just so I can get the real essence of, what to expect. And it's always helped me, but I didn't feel that I had that here, like somebody realistic, somebody, just sharing. I did find somebody, some young girl, she was so cute, several years ago. But her video helped me out a lot in, getting the essence of, just I guess her whole induction process overall. But I was just like, you know what? I think it would be cool to just to have a live stream. And I thought that was bold of me, but I felt that it was necessary. Um, how have you been, Chrissy? How's life been treating you since I last seen you? I miss you respectfully. Oh, that is so thank you, respectfully. I'm gonna get into that because a lot has changed. So I'm definitely gonna get into that a little later because it's so many news, so many different things going on in my life. All amazing things. God is so good. But overall, I've been blessed. I've been great. Even the things that, I still struggle with till today, God is providing every step of the way. He is so good. Okay, so let's see. So so for last week, after deciding, what I wanted to do for this week, I started to set things in motion for the upcoming week, and it started with the report. So now I updated my SMART goal to add on. My new SMART goal for this week is as follows. So my specific SMART goal is I will successfully host my final S&T meeting live on my YouTube channel, leading the full session with a clear agenda, interactive activities, and smooth facilitation while engaging with my S&T members in real time. Okay. So the measurable portion of it is I will measure my success by completing the live stream. So once this is over, mission accomplished, okay? um okay, I lost my track. Okay, having full participation from my live S&T group and audience and documenting the session for NSLS submissions. Okay, and a successful meeting includes stable audio and video, viewers, along with active engagement and completion of all agenda items. So I prepared a PowerPoint presentation. I didn't know how I wanted to do this. Like I was gonna cast the PowerPoint to my TV, have you guys watch it in the back while as I talk. It's so many different ways that I done it. I had a list of a whole totally different script that I could have went along with, or just bullet points. Like your girl was your girl was on it, okay. So maybe I'm jumping the gun, but yeah. Um, but yeah, that was the gist of it. I had a list of things that I wanted to touch on in this last for my induction SNT meeting. And as long as I cover those things, that's what I consider, measurable success, within my goals, my SMART goal. So the actionable aspect for this SMART goal is to make the final meeting work in a live stream format. That was very difficult to do, because I'm a freestyle girly, and I realize the fact that I am transitioning into project management. I'm working as a quality controller, quality assurancer. I'm a subject matter expert in real life and corporate. I'm an officer in operations in the finance division. So, finance field in general. So, the areas where I would have to play in requires for me to be more delegating, and like I said, I do at work because, like, I'm also a trainer. So I schedule meetings and a mentor. So I schedule meetings, I facilitate those meetings with, a group of people, small people, and engage, but never to this capacity. So um, this was definitely, challenging to figure out how to do this. And oh, oh, you say you work in finance, period. That's what I'm talking about. Look at us, team finance. I love working in finance, by the way. I love it. The growth within finance, possibilities are endless. Like for someone who doesn't currently have an active degree, I'm currently in school. For me to have the career that I have, nothing but God. But that foot into finance, oh my gosh. And I'm somebody that like hated math as a kid. Hated it. I don't know. Maybe I had a love for it after all. Yes. Okay. So back to the actionable aspect. Yeah. So I also will enhance the week 3 session to be more interactive and engaging. So initially, before I even scheduled, even knew what S&T meetings or members I was having or going to or attending, I already started to do the steps prior to, because I'm like, okay, this could be the goal for mine because that's the goal for me. So I already had PowerPoint presentation for that, and I already had how I wanted each week to go. So I had to change week 3 slide, you know what I mean? Because now it has to go a little different since I'm making this live stream for my YouTube channel. This has to be a little different. I had to do some research to see even if that would be acceptable and how I could format a live stream with an S&T meeting where it is both interacting and both me and viewer, S&T member, or soon to be S&T member, future S&T member, or onlooker in general can receive credit, just by attending this live. But yes. Once again, I'm going to ask the question again. One word that will describe the kind of leader you want to be. It wouldn't let me add the E or the question mark, so I stopped it there. Drop it in the chat. One word. One word. Okay, so let me sip some water. Oh, you said universal. Okay. I like that, Legend. You want to be a universal leader. Yes, I love that. Now, what does being a universal leader look like to you? Like, is that like somebody that can walk in any room and make an impact? What do you mean by universal? What type of leader is that to you? Okay, so also I wanted to make sure in my actionable measure that I make sure that I include icebreakers. I had icebreakers initially that I had to change or rewrite because now I'm on live stream, so it's a little different. So incorporating live polls and questions, that's what I'm doing here. Thank you guys so much for participating in the questions. I appreciate that. That the participation is what makes this a successful SNT live stream meeting. Okay. Um, and what else? Where we at? Where we at? Where we? Okay. I keep losing. Like I got it up crazy. Okay. Okay, and also adjusting the agenda so it flows naturally on YouTube Live. I will test all live stream features beforehand and prepare prompts that ensure and encourage real time participation from SNT members. So, all of which I have done, which is helping me, guiding me of how to move. Now, once again, I have like different things, different ways that I could have done it. So, I'm kind of like doing all three ways in one. Like, okay. So, up next, we have rewarding or the reward um, in our SMART goal, the R in our SMART goal. So hosting this final meeting live pushes me to step into a higher level of leadership. It builds confidence, strengthens my communication skills, and gives me a meaningful milestone to close out the S&T process or S&T induction process. It also becomes a personal accomplishment for me. I can look back on with pride because I'm very proud of myself. I also love that I can include my subscribers um, who has already been previewed to this process, but now I can leave something meaningful they can take with them into their own lives moving forward. And of course, accreditation for other S&T members or induction members. And then lastly, time specific, the YouTube live S&T meeting will take place, during week 3 and will be completed before April 5th. Once again, I still kept that window. If I felt like, doing 3 weeks in a row S&T meetings was too much because you don't have to do S&T meetings weekly. They could be every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks or whatever. But for me, I wanted to get this on and popping, okay? I wanted to solidify it. So, but at the same time, because that's just the type of woman I am. You ask my colleagues. They always like, if you need help, if you have too much, and I'm like, if I have too much, I will ask for your help. Like I never had any issue asking for help. I can just handle a lot. That's just the thing. And I think that's why people just automatically assume that I will because I can, you know what I mean? But anywho, I still kept it within that window just in case I wanted to take a break this week and, do off next week. But I thought about it like, I'd rather do this week and break next week since that's my birthday weekend. You feel me? So, yeah, that's what it was. And it says that it's aligning with the deadline for finishing all S&T sessions. I plan on hosting this third meeting the following Sunday, March 29th, 2026 the earliest keywords. I'm big on words, okay? Wording is important to me. So the earliest. April 5th would have been the latest, okay? And we got about 14 minutes left, which is exciting. If you feel as though I should do another SNT meeting live, let me know because I totally will. Especially, making it so that people can get their accreditation because why I keep saying it like that. You could be accredited for it because I'm a part of the SNT meeting group on Facebook, and I didn't even post in there that I would, because I don't like to link stuff together per se. But I don't like too much traction at once. Now I probably post it. If this turns out to be pretty good, I'll post it in there because I see a lot of people like posting on Facebook like they're just like you were. Where you at Roots Soul Production, just like you were, like like there's some confliction, you know what I mean? So it's like, well, hey, like if I could just go live and whoever needs a meeting in that moment could get the credit for it, and they participated, and like we're both getting this credit, you know what I mean? So it really works out. And then alongside with that, if this is a good video, it works out for my YouTube channel as well. That's the one reward I didn't include in here. I didn't even think of that for real until now. But yeah, that's another good reward. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and read some of these questions or feedback. Hi, Miss Delane. Oh, now I put on the light. My bad. All right. So let me see. I did have another question. Let's see. Question. Here's my notes. I want you guys to think about like, leadership overall. And that's why I wanted to also gear this conversation around leader amongst leaders, because that's what the whole honor society is. The NSLS honor society is. It's leaders amongst leaders. And for somebody like me, a ambitious woman like me, I thrive. Like it's like a high for me to be amongst other people that are leading and not doing it in a selfish way, but in a way where we can all learn from each other. Um, I'm a corporate bay. I work in corporate, and I work closely with a group of women who are also leaders. And I mean, these women have masters, or they have different licenses and certifications under their belts. They're doing very well in life, and they inspire me so much. And their inspiration has rubbed off so much to the reason why I said, okay, let me go to school. Like my good sis Susan, she's a mother of two, not so much single, more like engaged, but it is what it is. But still I consider that a single mother, you know what I mean? And she's an AVP, she's an assistant vice president. She's also a team lead, which is a very big deal, within a department. So she juggles a lot, and she earned her master's degree towards the end of last year. She will be graduating this May. So it was something that was so beautiful to witness, because I personally see firsthand how much she has to do at work, just work alone. And I know that she has, children, and I know, like, so I'm looking at her like, if she can do it, I can do it. Bottom line. Like, what am I afraid of? Because I'm always thinking, oh, I'm too busy. I'm too busy. But I feel like my career prepared me to go back to school, and, just being around the leaders that I am around. So with that being said, you don't have to always be the loudest voice in the room. Sometimes it's best to sit back and observe. Sorry, my bad. And with that being said, that's what I picked up on, being in an environment where not just the women that I work with, but the men as well. Like these people are extremely intelligent, and learning from them has made me even more intelligent. And I'm not even playing. Like I'm smarter now than I was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah, it will be 20 years since I graduated come June. My age is showing. I'll be turning 38 next week. All right. So, yes, once again, you don't always have to be the loudest in the room. Um, and what that just means is just sometimes it's just best to sit back and observe. Allow other people to shine, other people's skills to shine, because if you're too busy focused on outshining, you're not going to be able to gain and learn and, you know, um, prosper in a sense in life, like I really feel like picking up good leadership skills from other people, like even down to this live, I think it's a great idea for anyone who happens to have a YouTube channel and, kind of struggling with how you want to host a live. This is a reward all the way across the board. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, hold on one second. Let me just find my space. Okay. So, yes, you don't have to dominate. You don't have to compete with everyone around you. It's definitely never a competition. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I cannot stand when women put me as their competitor. Like, I'm your ally. I'm here to help you grow, and I want you to help me grow. There's so much room for growth for everyone to succeed in. Being pit against, is something that rubs me like wrong. So I love to just sit back and allow other people to take the floor, because when you are a leader amongst leaders, you all shine. You all have to have a turn. You know what I mean? Somebody's bright idea, I love to hear. I love to hear a new perspective, which is why I came out with Chrissy's Unpopular Opinions, because it's not always about my opinions. I like to hear perspective of other people's as well. It doesn't mean I necessarily agree. I don't necessarily agree with everybody's wise idea either at work. I'm at work, we go back and forth, because we're very passionate about our job, and it's a different type of back and forth. It's not like arguing and I hate you. It's that passionate work and mean business, and we come to a solution kind of thing. So yes, you don't have to compete with everyone when you are a leader amongst leaders. Being a leader amongst leaders means you elevate the room. Simple as that. You collaborate. You bring confidence without ego. Letting other people shine, like the type of woman I am, I open doors for my friends. I let them take the seat first. I like walk behind them. I'll walk on the outer side of the street, because I don't know, like that's just me like uplifting the next woman that I'm with. And I also think it's something to do with me being a mother of four. I'm starting to think that too. But it's just the nurturer in me. But that's what the leading side for me do. Like, put that person on a platform, support them. You know what I mean? Always big them up. There's room for growth everywhere. And another thing that I want to get into is with leadership, it's not just a title. This is a daily practice, which is why the Honor Society is something perfect for me, because I've always been a leader. And I've thought about it the other day, like, your girl was even a senior class president. Not too many people can say that. I was senior class president. I was speaking on a podium about 2, 3 weeks after I had gave birth to my first child, who's now turning 20 in May. And I remember finding out I was pregnant the same day I got it elected. I got elected senior class president, and I thought, like, dang, how am I supposed to run a school, you know, pregnant, like teenage pregnancy? You know what I mean? Like I was 17, I had my son at 18. Well, guess what I did? I did. To God be the glory. So, it's an everyday practice. It's not on you, it's in you. And maybe you need help bringing it out and pulling it out. And that just takes time, you know what I mean? And being in rooms like this where you have meetings where there's goal focus and you get to set those goals for leaderships and skills that you can learn and gain over time to increase your leadership. And that's what I want. That's what I want out of an SLS. I want to increase, my leadership roles, that's the whole purpose. I'm even back in school. Project management is a heavy leadership role, Um, let's see. And what else? Because we got a few minutes left. Yeah, so it's discipline, it's consistency, and the willing to show up even when you don't feel ready. I showed up on time today, and we're not doing this. Sorry, I see the light leaving me. But I showed up on time today. And if you have been, somebody a part of, how do I get rid of it? I'm ready to get rid of this. Okay. Because I can't see myself. But if you have been, following and subscribed to my channel, your girl be late. When I say I'm going to be somewhere or when I say I'm going to post something, sometimes it comes in a little too late, because your girl be busy. I'm sorry, but nonetheless, today I showed up on time because I wanted to represent what a true leader is. And that is something I picked up on watching some of the meetings, the SNT required meetings that we had to watch. Somebody that shows up on time, like that's something that I need to start focusing on and practicing, because your girl suck with time. Okay. The pandemic just changed me, Lord. Like it just bring it back. Bring it back. Okay, let me see. All right. So I do not speak Portuguese. How you say it? I don't speak it. I'm sorry. Um, what's another thing? Last couple of points. So yeah, another thing about being a real leader, you don't just manage tasks, you inspire people. You have to be a true leader, you have to be inspiring or motivating. One of my quotes that I have had on my Facebook page for years is I am a motivated motivator, and I'm somebody that inspires, and I'm also someone who loves to be inspired, so someone who motivates, also someone who loves to be motivated. Okay, so you have to be able to inspire people and create spaces for other people to grow. That's what we're talking about. Like, it's not a competition. I know I'm going to shine whether I'm in the front or the back. I know that about me. So I know I can step aside for the next woman, or men to shine and hear their thoughts. And actually, like, yeah, that's actually a great idea. I'm down, Um, and what's the last point? Okay, you create space for other people to grow and you stay grounded when things get chaotic. Okay, you have to be somebody that is quick with resolutions, somebody that is a problem solver, somebody that can handle the pressure well, but not just handle it, deal with it. You know what I mean? That's what a leader does. Find resolutions to situations that may have gone extreme, but how are we going to resolve this rather than escalate the matter? You know what I mean? De-escalation. And as a leader, you have to be somebody you admire. When I sit back and I think about, the woman that I am today, heck yeah. Heck yeah, I'm being a woman that I like. Hello, I'm a whole mother. I have to behave and act a certain way because I'm leading my household. My kids, my children are watching me. I have daughters, I have sons, and I'm leading them, you know what I mean? So that starts even within the home, you know what I mean? And yes, I'm a Yana Yamin, okay? um, and what else? So I want to ask a question for those of you who are still here. What It's hot. I couldn't. I think I slammed the door shut and locked it, and I didn't feel like moving all my plants. I couldn't open the the window, so I'm like hot, and it was like right before it was time for me to go live, and I was like, man, f that window. I'ma just be hot. It'd help if I just turn this a little bit, huh? That will help, huh? Huh? So my question is, what leadership skill are you trying to strengthen this year? And let's talk about it. So I just gave you guys mine. I need to strengthen time management. Okay. And going through this induction process and, sticking to this time frame, responding or submitting your first induction step before the deadline to even be considered, a part of the induction process. All those things were holding me accountable. And that's exactly what I need as someone who is rising as a leader, in real life, in real time. Okay. Um, let's see. All right, Legend, you said a leader that can lead. Okay, so to the previous question, one word to describe, the type of leader you want it to be. You said universal, and I asked, to elaborate on that. What does that mean to you? And your response to that is a leader that can lead in all aspects of life, all levels, financially, spiritual, physiological. I get blah, I like my y'all know that. Evolving one's mind to the next level and beyond, leading my people to happiness. Ah, you are a leader. I love that. I love that. And Root Soul Productions, don't know if we need or you need real names, but it's Tammy Harris, just in case. Laugh out loud. No, I'm good. Thank you, Tammy. But hey, girl. Or is it you're a girl, right? Yeah. Because it's hard to tell sometimes by the display picture. I can't really see it. Is that Africa? Is that a continent? I can't I can't really see. Is that Africa, South America? Or am I tripping? I can't even wait, is it? Nope, it didn't get bigger. I don't know. Let me fix this, bro. Hell. Okay. Um Right. Everyone gets a turn. Exactly. Agreed. Yes, Tammy. And then you said patience. Okay, patience. I used to have it, but after over 25 years in corp, I definitely have lost some. Oh yes, I am. Girl. Oh my gosh, girl. Oh, okay. It's my logo. It's a woman and her hair is shaped like Africa. Okay, okay, because I need bifocals. Literally. That's another update I have to give my channel. But that's dope. Okay. I love that. Because I'm like, is that a girl or is that a continent? Okay. But back to your patience, 25 years in court. I feel you. I've been the patience that I had, and it ain't even been 25 years. How many years have I been officially going on? Officially going on 4 years. Yeah, officially 4 years. But 6 years altogether as temp. But anywho, I like, with the leadership roles that I have taken, the things that it requires and the patience that it requires, dealing with people, Lord Jesus. That's all I have to say. I'ma just keep it cute. I'ma just keep it cute for professional reasons. It's a challenge, and the generational divides are real. Oh my gosh, yes, yes, it's preach, 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 preach. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna just keep it cool because work related, but oh my gosh, like I'm like learning, like dang, and no, and I'm always told, especially from the other leaders that I work with, like like wow. You know, Chris, you are like very patient because I would have lost it a long time ago. So I have to give myself grace because I will say this. Oh, there's my iPad. No, that's not it. I can't see. I'm like, there's my iPad. I think that's a makeup palette. I can't tell. But I realized, like, I have to give myself credit because I am very patient. Like, I am very patient with people. So, and this is just overall, professionally and personally. So, when I become impatient and that forbearance has ran its course, honey, now I done been too nice. Okay. It's like literally like, and that's why I stated earlier, like it was a list of words I could use regarding the type of leader that I want to be. But one that I know for sure that I want to always remain is assertive as a leader, because people will try to, 52 fake out, gaslight you, like you ain't just read or said what you said or confirm what you confirmed in emails and stuff. Like, we're not doing none of that. We're going to assert ourselves professionally. And that's where I feel like the respect lies. I feel like that's why I'm respected at work. Because I've been told they love that I speak my mind. I think that's another takeaway, especially in corporations. Like, being someone who speaks up is crucial. And being new to corp, like I've learned that you have to speak up. I think after like like first my second year, after my second year, that's when I started speaking up because I was being too passive, and being a leader doesn't be she's not passive, you know. I'm not even a passive person, you know what I mean? But the fear of like I don't want to get in trouble, and then the whole time they want you to speak up. Like, I love it here. I love it here. But yeah, I want to assert myself as a leader, not just be impactful, but assert myself because I want to be the leader that is well respected and honored, one that, people know, like when you go to her, you got to come with your stuff in order, you know? um, so yeah, thank you so much guys for tuning in. We're just a few minutes after 8. I'm about to wrap this up and have room for Q&A. Okay, so Tammy, once again, congratulations on your job. That's so exciting. So what I want to know is, what is your next immediate step that you plan to take? Especially now that you done matched your goal. Um, Maybe like over the next upcoming week, or when you do decide to start, what preparations are you doing to make sure that when you start on day one that everything is in line? Like, do you have certain goals or in place for that, just to give you something for your third meeting? um yeah, for me, my next immediate steps, since I too have accomplished, my SNT goal, SMART goal at that, is to, possibly, I do want to at least have these sessions once a month. I toyed with that. I don't know if it will be weekly, but once again, I said that depends on, the feedback and, but, maybe, I think once a month I could consider it, you know what I mean? And start preparing for that, you know what I mean? Because I really like the idea of coming with like-minded individuals who are also leaders. I love being amongst leaders. I love engaging with my audience, and I love engaging with my subscribers, so the fact that I had both subscribers and SNT members, or seeking induction, soon to be inducted, speaking into existence. Okay, but the fact that I had both of that participation made this very successful. So I love that type of interaction. So I definitely think I'm going to start preparing for next month, start it out next month, and see where it goes from there. Okay, you said, well, I work now, so immediately I have to close out the quarter at my current job before my last day. I want to leave them in a good place. That's right. And that's what being a leader does. Making sure that when you transition into the next level, the next role in your life, you know what I mean, that you're leaving in a good space with people. I think that's very important in general. I got this out because I'm like, these lips feel dry. But I love that you made a point to point that out. And I feel like that's, why you're a great leader, because not a lot of people care to do stuff like that. I know one of the jobs that I was filling in for, like meaning they just needed somebody until they place somebody permanent in that seat. And this was when I was working for the government. I never want to work for the state or government again. Well, not I'm talking about the state government. But they had somebody that they promoted who was an admin level 2. So I was fulfilling her role. Do you know this chick left like 3 months of stuff behind that she was backed up in and expected me to catch up? I mean, I did, but still, I thought that was crazy. Like, me, the type of woman that I am, I'm just not gonna like before. If I know I'm gonna be out of work next week, I'm gonna clear my queue and everything this week. Okay, like I just feel like making sure you leave in a good place, whether it's before you go on vacation, whether it's cutting ties with people, bow now gracefully, whatever it may be, you transitioning into a new role, a new job. Like I just feel like, you have to be courteous of other people. And that's what a real leader does. Because I feel like a lot of people are very inconsiderate in general. Like the inconsideration is beyond me. For the new role, they have, okay, let me make sure. Okay, yeah. For the new role, they have a lot of products. So I'm going to have ground myself in everything they do so that I can be effective and educated. Yes, it will help me be prepared to hit the ground running. Yes, not fun. Yes, not fun, but definitely well worth it. Oh my gosh, I love the sound of it. It sounds like you're gonna be getting paid good. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I wish you all the best, the best, the best in your new role. Definitely well deserved. I can't wait till I've transitioned into my new role. Like I did actually transition into a new role, and I'm gonna talk about it here. But it's like one of those title promotions. It's not actual like title with money promotion, but those are accomplishments too, especially because I'm working with high level execs. Like I got selected to work with the high level execs. No pressure, but yay! Like, what an honor. So now I'm a deputy. And with that comes with the quality control because I have a quote unquote, I have an impressive analytical skill. So I really am extremely analytical. It doesn't make any sense. Like the way my brain is, it's like, so they needed that for this new thing that they're doing within my department. And thank you so much. Thank you. Congrats. Thank you. And it's a good look for me because that's my step to earn my AVP title, my assistant vice president title, which I've been told that, they should have gave me that last year. But anywho, it's levels to it. And I'm just grateful because that's what I'm set up in line for, to earn my assistant vice president title. So yes, your girl is very ambitious. um I shock myself sometimes, you know what I mean, but I love that, I'm being recognized for the hard work because I started speaking up. I started speaking up, and that's what a real leader does. And to hear them say, like you're selected because of, your hard work, you're the top high performer. We need you, and we need your attention to detail, and we love that you speak up. If you don't like something, if you see something, this, that, you speak up. And I was just like, thank you. So I love it. So I love being amongst another leader and other leaders. And I hope to see you again at Root Soul Productions. And I look forward to hearing that You got your induction. And I look forward to posting mine. Okay. So as we are closing this out, I want to see if anybody have any questions, anything. There's only one person here. Do you have any questions, Sammy? Any feedback, anything you want to add, any jewels you want to drop, any leadership tips you want to provide, that somebody, in the future may end up seeing, please leave it in the chat. I hate my hair, by the way. I didn't have time to like let it fully hang down because this looks crazy. So I got it behind my ears for now. But you know, you did a great job. It's not easy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I was like, oh, so nervous, like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm nervous. Like I don't go live every month. But yeah, like this is different. This is a lot more strategic and I'm a freestyler. Like I like to freestyle. I like to, you know, just vibe. You know what I mean? But I appreciate, you guys accepting me and taking on this meeting. I'm so grateful for your participation. Thank you. You said as a leader, I would just say give yourself grace. Amen. 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 I'm taking that in. Amen. Yep, you're right. Give yourself grace as a leader. Okay. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Thank you. And you also said the same things you afford others, give some of it back to yourself. Period. 110%. I'm a big advocate for pouring into yourself and pouring into others. It's very important because you don't want to over pour or pour into others and you're not being replenished. You know what I mean? So, sometimes areas that we pour into, we can't get that level of being poured into, that reciprocation back, so sometimes it just depends on you, you know what I mean? Because I know, like, I used to say, like, I only want to pour where, I'm being poured into, but I realized, there's some people a little less fortunate, where you have to show up for them and they're not able to. And I've personally been in those spaces as well, so where I was the one being poured into and I, didn't have it to pour back. You know what I mean? Where I feel like I could have been draining somebody, you know what I mean? So you have to find ways to pour back into yourself because sometimes the assignment requires you to always pour back into yourself. But okay, so I'm going to wrap this up now. We are almost at an hour and 20 minutes. So we did good. We did good. Thank you all so much for being here tonight and hanging out with me and chilling. If you have not subscribed, please, please, please hit the subscribe button. Please share. Please get the word out that there are live stream S&T meetings. And depending on how this video goes, it could turn into a bi-weekly thing. It definitely won't be a weekly thing, I tell you that. But it could turn into a bi-weekly thing, or just I'll stick to the monthly thing. But I definitely want to stick to the monthly thing. And I pray that this meeting has been meaningful. I pray you get your credit for it, for those of you who are participated. And your participation does count towards the requirement for an S&T meeting. For everyone else, I hope that you have clarity, motivation, and a stronger sense of who you are becoming. Okay. And with that said, I'm gonna just wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to have my nails done since yesterday. I'm about to do my nails. I might go back live later, just doing my nails. I don't know. But anywho, thank you so much for tuning in. It's your girl Chrissy, and I'm tapping out with the fab sign. Peace and love, love and harmony, and be blessed. Yes. Mwah. Okay. Bye.